Good. I should have gave myself 10 more minutes. Fuck. All right, now guess. Right, I guess. Try it again. See, this is the same link I sent them. It should have worked. Interesting. That never happened once yesterday. I hate it like this time. Like that. Okay. Okay. Now,
Peace, peace, peace.
oh, this is my first time. It worked. Grand Rising, brother. Can you hear me?
Peace and grand rising. I hear you loud and clear and perfectly.
Okay. All right. So I probably should have gave my ass a little bit more time. What's up, Dwayne? That's what's up. Okay, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do, and then I'll start asking questions once you talk about what your services are and your background.
Me? Okay. Is it just me in here? You on here? I thought you were saying something to somebody else.
No, I'm talking to you. Can you raise
Oh,
one
okay.
door something? No,
Can I
I was
smoke?
saying, huh?
Can I smoke on the show?
Hold on one second. Say it again.
Can I smoke while we're doing this? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I smoke all day when
Okay,
I do
cool,
my
cool,
my videos. Yeah, that's not an
cool.
issue.
My
Okay, so
shit.
basically, what I wanted to do, y'all, is give y'all some more information about the different types of plant medicine, because it's more than just mushrooms out there, and I want y'all to see that it's not. Yeah, that didn't do that. I don't. It's not just me and a few other people who look like me that's doing this. We're all shamans and medicine men and women, and we just have to remember it. So I'm just bringing somebody on here who knows more than I do about this plant medicine life. And he's about to introduce himself and tell y'all what he do and what his plan is for the future. Okay,
Mm.
you can go now.
So I give thanks. My name is Sincere Seven, and I run the Detroit Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. And before I go further, let me just say something about that introduction you gave. It's an honor and I give thanks. But if you don't mind respectfully, let me just correct you and say, oh, I don't know more about, I wouldn't say, I might know different aspects of the plant medicines, you know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is always okay to wear your own hat in the presence of others, as long as we respect theirs, you know. So yeah, I don't want to, be known as that master or nothing because more than anything, man, I'm a lifetime student. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Exactly.
lifetime student. But I give thanks. But yeah, I'm Sincere Seven, and run again, as I said, the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, which is basically a place in Detroit that people come to learn about first and foremost. Um, entheogens, adaptogens, onerogens, as well as animal and plant medicines. And then after education, because that is the main thing foremost before anything here that we founded ourselves on. But after learning about different things, some people find themselves wanting to go through and experience different entheogens, different adaptogens, different onerogens, and things of this nature. And we also provide a safe space for those experiences as well. So I guess in the synopsis, keeping it simple, that would be the basics of what we do, or what I do, excuse me, or what we do. Yeah, I'll say we, because at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, it's a village of individuals. I just basically am the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Keep things going, have the home, the foundation for people to come and do these things. But it really is a village. So let me just say that. But again, I am the medicine worker. Some people say witch doctor, shaman, and so many things. It's funny because a brother just left, and he came by call me like 6 in the morning, like, hey man, I just came out of a trip. I got to talk. And I'm like, all right, come on. Meet me in the backyard, you know. So we back here by the bonfire, you know what I mean? Having tea. So, you know, it's like that's what we do is we're that place where it's like these things are normal, like, you know. So that's a good general synopsis of, you know, who I am and what I do without going
Okay,
too
okay,
deep.
okay. So I came in touch with Sincere, I think through I think it's one of Brother Wisdom's group,
Your
Council
mind.
of Atlantis
Okay, there we go.
or
Uh-huh.
Children of something.
Okay.
Children of the Enlightened. I don't know. We was a part of one of these groups together, and then we became friends on Facebook. And I noticed that you grow your own plant medicine. That's
I
what
do.
attracted me to you because I'm always seeking out me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
it's very it's very difficult for me to have the kind of conversations that I need to be having with not me's.
Mm,
You see
understood.
that?
Understandable.
So
It comes with time.
um I know that right now me and my husband have paused our process of trying to grow our own plant medicine because of our current situation. But um tell them about the different types of plant medicines that you work with. Because I'm only familiar as far as use with the Yopo DMT, the
Mm.
San Pedro, and the mushrooms. I've done ayahuasca, and I haven't done Ebola. Nah, iboga.
Iboga.
Yeah,
Iboga.
I haven't done
Mhm.
that yet. So I want to try
Okay.
that, and I think I want to go with peyote next.
Okay. Okay.
Peyote. So,
Okay.
what different types of plant medicines have you worked with?
Um, so I started off working very heavily with of course cannabis as an organic grower. So I really tuned in spiritually with the plant, and then was introduced to the mushrooms, and they actually helped me to do um,
Everything
a
else.
lot of spiritual connection with the plant, and that tapped
Mhm.
into the mycelial network and the actual understanding of how that whole network operates, and understanding how to fine tune yourself into that same mindset in the spirituality realm and the aspects of, you know, so that started assisting me with my healing practices on traumas, dealing with people who was trying to heal from traumas, PTSDs, depressions, things of this nature. So that led me into dealing with the plant medicines a little bit more because it was like I always say, like the mushrooms to me are not doing the work. The mushrooms are going to find out what the work is. You know, once
Mhm.
you go in and they reveal these things, now it's time to do the work. Like I always say, like
Mhm.
the Mission Impossible. When you think about that show, it used to start off where my man would be in the coffee house and the computer over it. He'd be like, the mission, should you choose to accept? And then it explains it. And then it'd be like, this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. And it was like that's kind of like how our trips in. We eat the mushrooms, which is going to the cafe. Boom, the message appears, which is the computer. It drops all the stuff that we need to know. And then it's like, all right, I'm gonna self-destruct in the next 30 minutes. And then it's like we come out of that state of consciousness, and now we back into what we call this consciousness. And it's like now we know the mission. We got the top secret information. Nobody else was able to get it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And it's time to do the work.
Mhm.
You feel me?
That's right.
So, you know, that tapped me into doing the works a little bit more. That's where we go into some of the plant medicines. You know what I'm saying? And so as I studied the plant medicines, I started to notice like, and no disrespect to nothing, I just kind of talk like this. I'm free like this. So please, anybody listening, don't think I'm speaking egotistically. This is just my experience. But I started to feel like in the medicine realms, all of these herbs are starting to be like, it's like when you are a well-read individual, you start to notice that there's a certain classic black books. As a black man, if you well read in the black culture, there's certain books that, oh, you read this, oh yeah, okay, you read this, oh okay, like land stolen legacy, niggas to gods,
Yeah.
different books that is kind of like, all right, what else is there? And that's kind of like how I felt in the herbal community. Is like when I say, oh, we got something for this, everybody says the same things. And it was like, no, no, no. I need some of them deeper from the roots, from the jungle, from the Amazon, from all of these places where we didn't know about this one. It's so powerful. And that just led me into the magical realms, the magical healing and those things. So as I dug deeper into that, then, of course, a lot of different entheogens as I'm dealing with the mushrooms started to also line up, and the people started to show up. And so now it started to deal with the rape. We start dealing with the cambo, which is the frog
Yeah.
medicine. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
start dealing with the snake venom medicines. We start dealing with uh, 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 um, the clavahuasca, which is made out of clove. Ayahuasca is a spiritual drink. A lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
some people might not be aware of that. So when you hear like ayahuasca is a spiritual drink made from the Banisteria capi and the chacruna, right? And they call it
Mm-hmm.
aya. So it's ayahuasca. You got um canahuasca, which is a spiritual cannabis drink. You got
Oh
uh
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
you hear that, you know that they're taking these plant medicines and they're bringing out the spirit of them, and that's what makes it a
Mm-hmm.
waska. See,
Mm-hmm.
so you might have the psilohuasca, which is where you got the psilocybin mushrooms and the Syrian rootie, and you brew them together
Mm-hmm.
in the right
Yeah.
combination, and this opens up another drink. So that
Yeah.
so this was another realm, right? And then learning how to dieta with the plants, like you'll take one plant and you'll go on a dieta, meaning you won't eat anything, no sugars, no fats, no salts, no none of that. You eat a real base diet, like boil some rice and then just eat the rice every day. That's nothing but all you consume. Anything other than that is the plant. You eat the roots, you eat the leaves, you make tea out of it. You might sniff it, you might rub it on your skin, like for weeks to months. Just this one, and then after doing your dieta for so long, then you go in on the mushrooms, and now you eat able to meet, because you kind of like have, this is like a mystical art practice, you know what I'm saying, from the description of how you combine with the earth or element of it to become one with it to infuse the power. And then you go meet it in the into interdimensional realms, and you go meet this herb, and now you interface with it because you are it. And so now when you come back, anytime somebody's lacking that, it's what you might call a disease or a diseasement. I don't feel none of that there. You need some of that in your diet. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to
Right.
see people lacking certain things. These are the types of practices that the indigenous medicine men, women, and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, go through. So at some point in time, I find that, you know what I'm saying, if you, it's an opinion. If you in these practices, we try to carry on the practices. That's what a practitioner is. It's a person who practices. And these are the ways
Mm-hmm.
that you practice, is like to interface, like how you said, you dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the ayahuasca. This person might done ayahuasca for 3, 4, 5 years, just drinking that ayahuasca before they serve. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, the mushrooms was the main entheogen of choice. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
outside of that, because you did say what other ones. So changa is a one I love, which is basically
Mm-hmm.
smokable ayahuasca. I like the real old school style of real changa. So you want to use the same MAOI and cappy, I mean chacruna leaves for the original recipe, and infused with the DMT, and so it kind of allows for your trip to have some spiritual plant medicine interfacing while you're on the DMT. To me, this is
Mm-hmm.
showing you how to utilize that. You see, because you're going into them realms when you smoke just straight free base DMT. A lot of times, what you experience, people explain, are the realms of nothingness, the realms of emptiness, the realms of baseline where creativity is the beginning of, literally. But when you go in with the plant medicine combined with it, then now you're going to that base of creation of that plant medicine. So me personally, I like the changa mix old school, the actual ayahuasca recipe. That's why they call it smokable ayahuasca. There's also new age recipes where people will mix different things, the mint, the uh um mullein, the passion flower, and that's fine, but each one of those will alter where you go in these realms. So that's what me as a psychonaut, and even teaching at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit sometimes likes to speak about is like the differences of using all of these plant medicines and the realms that they actually take you to. Because each one of these realms that you go to, some of them is for travel, some is for education, some is for enlightenment, some of them is for healing. So it's best that you find, what I'm saying, what it is that you're trying to achieve, and then find the plant medicine that is for that. For instance, you spoke on the Iboka. I'm gonna tell you, I've microdosed with Iboka. I've interfaced with Iboka to get the understanding of Iboka, but Iboka is not to be played with. You can actually die from utilization of Iboka. So you know how, like in the mushroom realm, we like to take high gram mushrooms. I had
Right.
somebody come to me and try to purchase like 10 grams of Iboka, and I'm like, what are you about to do? He's like, oh, I want to go in on a high gram trip. You know how we do with the mushrooms. And I'm like, hold on, player. You're not certified to do that. I don't advise nobody to be playing with the Iboka. It will literally kill you. I mean, like literally take you off this planet. Your heart will stop. You ain't here no more. Put them in the dirt, funeral arrangements, all of that. So it's got to be respected. The Gabon and Beachwe tribe out there in Gabon, that's their specialty. You know what I'm saying? The medicine men, they come up in that. They have the vision. That's what we was talking about just with my brother that just left. These visions that we get, and we mean that by our ability to see certain realms, our ability to see the depthness of where a person's going on certain entheogens. And with that Iboka, they have that. They're trained for that. I would not advise people to be out here. Now, if you want to microdose it to open up that silent observer within yourself, by all means, have the utmost respect for that one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I teach people, I tell them, because the plant medicine world, unfortunately, to our people. Hold on one second.
Yeah, man, I just want to say shout out to everybody who tapped in, everybody who listening, everybody who's watching in the future, everybody who watching in the past. You know what I'm saying? Big ups, you know, from Sincere
My bad.
Seven, big ups.
They fucked with my signal, so I was out for like 2 minutes.
It's all good. It's all good. I was just giving
What I was
thanks. You know
trying
what
to
I'm
say
saying?
is, what I was trying to say is, I teach people to use the mushrooms, because I noticed that my people are not really responsible when it comes to doing these plans that you got to do to build yourself up to take these other plant medicines. So I focus more on the mushrooms, because the mushrooms, you don't need such intense preparation to do it. Um, However, I think that we need to remember that everything is plant medicine. I always say there's rockadelics. People don't understand that you can hold a rock and get the same kind of
Get the same kind of connection from tuning the interface with a rock. You know what I'm saying? I see she going in and out, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill in that dead space. You know, me personally, I
what
would
I
say
was
that I would.
saying was,
Yes, there we go.
if you touch a rock, if you could meditate with a rock, you can get the same hallucination or hallucinogenic, whatever, that you get from a plant medicine. People don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand the fact that um, the weed itself is a hallucinogenic, just like a mushroom. You just don't know how to use it. Are you still there?
That's true.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
that's
I'm
true.
just checking, because my internet keep going out for some reason. But um, so with how the dolphins, they scare the puffer fish so they can get high.
Yes.
All right. So you know how we smoke weed so we can get high. Weed needs to be consumed so we can get high. You understand what I'm saying?
You say that last part. Say it again. You said what needs to happen? Just having technical difficulties.
What I was saying was, weed needs to be consumed so that we can get high. Now, when I say that, I'm saying we get high by smoking the weed. And then when we smoke the weed gets high because it wants us to consume. So when you have the munchies, that's actually the weed wanting to get high. The weed can't get high on its own. It needs to be consumed by you so that it can, you know, you know what I'm saying? You get what
I
I'm
see,
saying?
I see where you coming from. I see where you coming from. You
So
giving the plant medicine an opportunity to interface and to operate in this world through your body.
right. And
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand that. They don't go that deep with this medicine. They just as
Yeah,
Harris. And
I
Harris is like they make spaceships equipment. So they knock out all of the cell phone signals over here. So I'm trying to go away from that area so I can stop cutting out. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said after I said that the consumption. Can you say it again?
no, I was saying that no, you was right. Like I'm seeing where you was coming from is like interfacing when we take the plant medicines and allowing the plant medicines to interface through us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And see
So
now. Oh yeah, so I'll say yeah. That's the ceremonial usages, or
right,
can be, like how us as a black people we'll sit in a circle and we'll all share a blunt. You know what I'm saying? That's
right,
the
right.
ceremonial usage, and it's opened up, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual connection between us all to where we start talking about those things that we all have in common and coming together as a people, where otherwise, like, who the fuck is this group of niggas in this room? Like, once you get to smoking the weed and passing it around, it becomes like more of a familyhood. Like at the time, it might not carry on like when you leave and you see him down the street weeks later, but you have an acknowledgement. Yeah, that's brother I smoked with that day. It does, so yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm. I just want people to understand that we're all hive, we're all one consciousness. That means the earth, the planet, the sky, the air, everything's connected. And once we get a true understanding of that, then we'll be able to achieve our goals quicker.
Well, I'll say, philosophy, with all respect. I'm a real big debater. I'll turn everything into a debate, but I'm not going to do that. But I'll say that I wouldn't say we're all the same consciousness, but I'll say that we are all connected, just like mycelium in the planet is connecting all of the plants in certain regions. Our consciousnesses are all connected and interfacing. Yes, but I wouldn't say we're all the same consciousness. But I think I know what you meant by that, though. You know what I'm saying? What you was implying. But I'm just a real big person on etymology and words. Because there's just some people that I clearly were not the same consciousness. You know what I mean? Like when you think
So,
about,
when you say that, me and my husband was traveling across country last summer, and
uh,
we met some interesting people, and we met this one white guy, and he was saying he believed that he's a chosen one, but he was really scared to talk about it. And I said, why do you put your head down in shame when you say you are a chosen one? I said, you're definitely a chosen one. I guess the question is, what the hell were you chosen for?
right,
Because
right.
because he said,
That's the
like, no
question.
shade. I'm just trying to, understand.
Fact.
But he said because when he died on ayahuasca, he ain't go to where we talk about. So he asked my husband, I wonder, what if we don't all go to the same place when we die? And what if we don't all come from the same place? All good questions.
So, so what you want me to respond to that? I'm over here looking at the birds, y'all. Birds is my guides. You got guards and guides. They my guides. So I was just looking at the formation that they just kind of flew in, just kind of made themselves presence known. But so you wanted my response to that, or
Oh no, I was just busting it up with you.
Oh,
Just
okay,
how I
okay,
feel
because
about certain things.
because being a practicing magician and studying certain things, like the whole conventional heaven and hell type of ideology, I don't really follow that, but I definitely do not think that we all go to the same place after we lay our physical body down. No, not at all.
Mm,
I think there's somewhere different for, what I'm
mm.
saying, individuals based off of their achievements and their ability to, what I'm saying, add on to their light body while they was here. That's just me looking at, like as a psychonaut, a lot of things come to us in fractals. It's like it makes sense because if you was to microscope it and make it bigger, whatever you looking at, the holographic figure of it is going to represent itself. Um, so just in my mind, to the scheme of things, everything has always been like that. Some people graduate, some people flunk, some people pass, some
Right.
people don't. You know what I mean? So in my mind, ain't no difference in the spiritual realms with your growth and development and what you were supposed to achieve. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many things here that can veer you off your path, as they call
Yeah.
them trips, and you just got to make the wise decisions. So no, I'm not, one of the fairy tale or even the religious types. But however, what I'm saying, as a practitioner, I do see a difference in what happens to what you might call the soul after everybody drops this physical being.
Okay. Huh.
Some people
I didn't
qualify,
mean to move down.
some people qualify for further, movements, and some people not. You feel me? Some people works have earned them, graduation, so to speak, or access.
Thanks, Dwayne. I'm irritated because this the internet keeps going in and out
It's
every
all
time we
good.
get into a good
I be
conversation.
feeling in the dead
But
space.
you know how they go. I ain't even gonna get upset about that. So I appreciate you listening in. Cynthia, you still here?
I am.
I can't hear you no more.
Oh, you can't hear me? Man, I'm in here. Oh man, that's how it be. Anytime you get good, they start throwing in. You feel
If
me?
you
All
talking, I
types of,
can't hear you. I don't know if your mute on or it's the internet connection.
it's the
But
internet
what I'm gonna do
connection.
is I'm gonna bring Sincere back on here when I can be in a not moving vehicle, so we can have a really deep talk about the different experience.
Oh man, y'all got to excuse sis. She going through technical difficulties. That's how it is when it get good, y'all.
This
She said
interview.
great
This interview is really
conversation.
important to me,
For
and
you,
the internet just
hear
won't
me. I
stop
am
cutting me
Dwayne.
off. So I'll be back on here soon. Sincere, if you can hear me, I'm gonna call you because I can't hear you or see you anymore, and it's still saying you connected. So I'm gonna get
No
off here.
problem.
Thanks, Dwayne.
All right, peace.